Eric Highland from HOSFU back on the set here of Pitching Hope, and I'm here with Eric Crane. Eric, thanks for joining me.
No problem.
Eric is the lighting director for the film Pitching Hope, and how did you end up getting connected with Tony Mendoza?
Well, for Summit Bible College in Bakersfield, I wrote and directed a short 10-minute film called Waste of Time.
Okay.
It caught Tony's eye, and he came to Bakersfield and actually invited me down to be his lighting director.
Just over a week you got here, and what's it been like since then?
It's been like film school 101. You know, Tony and Greg have all this knowledge, and they do not care to throw it all at you. You know, and I'm just absorbing and taking it all in and showing them what I know at the same time, you know, and we're combining, and it's been a really cool mesh, and we're gelling, and it's great.
You're also doing some assistant cinematography on this film,
Of
right?
course, yeah.
And so what's it been like working with Greg?
Oh, Greg's fantastic. What we do is we get together and we develop scenes and shots, and Greg he's a surgeon at executing every one of these shots. So we have our storyboards, but then we kind of feel like, you know, a tricky way and a really cool way to shoot it. And Greg is really good about that. Me and him sit down and powwow about it, and bam, we get it every time.
From a lighting perspective, so you're the lighting guy here in the film. What challenges have you had so far that have made it a little bit difficult to do your job?
Trying to add character to every single scene with the lighting, and since a lot of the interior shots are in the same place in the house, it's trying to make sure that not every scene looks identical. We don't want them to think we just came to a soundstage and flipped on the lights every day.
Right.
So adding each scene to have lighting that fits the mood to that specific scene has been a challenge, but it's been fun. It's been very exciting coming up with new stuff every day.
What has been the most difficult or challenging scene for you as a lighting director?
We had a very intense hospital scene that we shot just a couple days ago, and to set the mood for that, you know, not using a real hospital room, but still have this mood set but keep it realistic, was extremely challenging but really fun, and we came up with something pretty amazing that you'll catch on camera.
You're an up-and-coming director yourself. Obviously, you've got one film underneath you. What's it like working with Tony as a director?
Hey, he's very focused. You know, this has been his vision for a few years now. You know, the script, he has a lot of heart in it. You can tell it's a love story to his family.
Now, you said something that really caught my attention just now, and you're the first person to say it since I've been here, that this film is a love story to Tony's family.
Absolutely.
Talk about that.
Well, you can see the relationship is it's a military family, but it's to his daughter. I mean, he could have wrote it about a son and a boy and made a very easy story, but it's a man and his daughter, and Tony, of course, has two daughters, no boys. I see it as a love letter to his daughters.
If the sky was the limit, and somebody said, you know what, Eric, I've seen your work, I'm impressed, I want you to come on board, what type of movies does Eric Crane make, or does Eric Crane involve himself, and what role do you play in that film?
Well, I love to write, and that's what I'm working on. You know, I was working on scripts, starting in my own production company, Crossing the Shadow Productions, and Christian-based films, but very worldly films with God in it. You know, showing that God exists in the real world, that no matter what you're going through, like my short film that caught Tony's attention is about an ex-junkie that gets killed. You know, we show the drug use, and the next one we're making actually has a woman getting an abortion in it. You know, which, you know, we do play that's wrong, we don't agree with it, but it still happens, but God forgives. So that's what we want to show. We want to show the nitty-gritty side of the world, but that God is there, and God can, no matter who you are, there's always a redeeming value to it.